I might pay you.
Make it make sense, come on, make it, baby. Make it make sense, come on, make it, make it. Make it make sense, come on, make it, baby. Make it make sense, come on, make it, make it.
What's good, y'all? Let's Make Sense of It podcast. We are back for another week, and like we always say,
Truth you don't want, but you definitely need.
you definitely need it. I go by the boy Vance,
And I'm Ange.
and we are back again. It's been a while. Been a little bit. Been a little bit. Yeah, a little while. But like always, follow us on Instagram. Let's Make Sense of It _ Let's Make Sense of It _ If you are watching us on YouTube, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you like, subscribe, and all that good stuff. And if you're listening to us on any of your listening platforms, make sure you follow, subscribe, leave those 5-star reviews, leave those reviews in general, and it's definitely appreciated. Before we get started, we'll tell you about Love Jones Wine. Now, Let's Make Sense of It podcast is brought to you by Love Jones Wine. Now, Love Jones Wine, a refreshing and sophisticated taste of organic wine, Caribbean rum, and freshly picked fruit a drink that will satisfy every taste bud. Now, as you know, they have the watermelon, the watermelon splash, but they also have, the signature red, signature white, the signature rosé, the Love Jones sangria, and also she has the peach. She has the peach flavor. So make sure y'all get that. They got the 3-packs, the trio, the quad packs, and she also has the minis. If you need to take someone, you going on a plane, long flight, all that stuff like that. So visit lovejoneswine.com. Use the promo code SENSE, that's SENSE. That is our promo code, lovejoneswine.com, promo code SENSE. Love Jones Wine, a cocktail made for you. All right. Yeah, we gotta get back into the flow of things here. get back into the flow of things here. All right, so this week, so it's just so much to get to. I think I'm gonna go with Truth Be Told. I think I'm gonna go with that. And Truth be told, something along those lines. All right, so I want to start it off. Let me start it off this way. So I have this thread here. We're gonna go through this thread real quick. Yeah.
How many slides on this?
It's only 6 of them. Okay. So it says women don't like nice guys, and here are 6 reasons. Here's 6 reasons why. So let's start off this way. The first one. It says you're the prize. It says when you're a nice guy, you automatically start to give her too many compliments. That's a clear sign you're into her, but that's also a clear sign that she could just say one word and you're all hers. Zero work or effort, you're that easy. She wants to work. She wants to work hard for you and win the prize. She wants to be rewarded, not gifted. So let's start with that one. Let's start with the first one. You're the prize.
Everybody should feel as though they're a prize. I don't think one person is more of a prize than the other person. Because, who the fuck said that? Everybody should have confidence in themselves, but if you're a girl and you're like, well, I'm the prize and he should do this, it's like, well, is he not a prize either? I'm not understanding. But it's not that women don't like nice guys. It's just that if you give too much in the beginning, it's like, what else do I have to look forward to?
Right. Like you just full out showing it all in the beginning.
Yeah, like you just showing me all your cards, all your hands, and it's just like, well, everybody loves a compliment as much as the next person, but like we said before, it's something you can overdo something, and you thinking that it's a good thing, and it's really not. It's just overdoing it.
Just over complimenting, just bro. You like a simp already. Just relax. You don't even know her yet.
Just calm down. It's okay.
Slide 2. Oh, go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was gonna say women love assholes.
Women love assholes.
Women love assholes.
Oh man.
Number 2, low confidence. Nice guys usually look shy and uncomfortable in their skin. Women tend to like jerks more because they mistake their arrogance and egoism with confidence, which only tells you that you should work hard on yourself and your opinion of yourself. Don't give her Mr. Shy Guy vibes. It will repulse her.
Well, that's different from being a nice guy. Like, if you're a nice guy, I've met nice guys that have confidence in themselves. They have something going for themselves, and they're just a nice guy.
Right.
But if you like shy and you a nice, that's different than you a shy person. then you just have to come out of that shell. Some of y'all be saying, then like we can go deeper into these threads, but I know for sure I can come out with one outcome. That somebody putting this out there saying that women don't like nice guys is because that you're going after women that don't like nice guys.
you think that's the case? Because I see men say that sometimes. Oh, women, they don't never want the nice guy. They always want the.
They don't want a nice. Like, I mean, I don't want to date a dickhead. I don't want to date somebody like that. I want him to be a nice guy. I don't want.
Not all the time though, right?
I'm not understanding. Like, so what is a nice guy? Like, is he over like? Because it sounds like they sound like when they're describing a nice guy, he's overdoing something that's normal. Mm-hmm. So that just sounds like he's being excessively nice. But a regular nice guy he's not a pushover, but he's not he doesn't have a big ass ego that overshadows everything else. Like he can compliment you or whatever the case may be, but he doesn't overly compliment you. Right. Like, I mean, shit like that. So if you dating somebody, so that means that half the world is not dating a nice guy. And everybody is dating assholes.
I mean,
majority of women.
I'm about to say, yeah.
Everybody's dating assholes. Like, I don't want the guy that's just because, and people be like, oh, my nigga mean to everybody else, but he nice to me. Like, what the fuck?
Some people don't want the nice. I'm gonna get back to that in a second, but did you see the guy, I think it was in New York, where he got the girl, the horse and yeah, and she was
you can't, but I mean, it was a nice gesture. Like, the way she went about, brushing him off or whatever case may be. Like, the way she went about that was ignorant as shit. That was rude and that was wrong. Like, she didn't need to do that. Mm-hmm. She didn't like horses. She could have just said, I don't like horses. But at the end of the day, that's somebody that was you did something excessively. Like, you can't bring out the horse and buggy for the first bitch on the first date. You can't do that. Even the second or third date. Like, you get to know them a little bit more and see if they actually deserve that. Because you can be like, oh, this is such a romantic gesture, and she'll love this, she'll appreciate it, but she might not like that at all, and you just wasted all that money for the wrong person.
Yeah, that could be the case. Number 3, it says feminine vibes. It says when you're thinking about manners, your girlfriend needs to have niceness comes in one of the first 5 places, right? It said because it's ladylike to act nice, it gives feminine, innocent, and pure vibes, and women are attracted to masculine men who are strong, powerful, and even arrogant, but they're very self-aware and successful, which didn't come to them by being nice.
That's weird. Like, who the fuck is writing this? That's so weird. Like, it just, like, excuse me? Yeah. Who the fuck said being nice was feminine?
I don't know. It's just because the world nowadays is so, I don't know.
I never knew a man being nice made him a little bit more feminine than masculine because he was nice. Like, if y'all just walk around and y'all automatically being arrogant assholes, like they need to go to a training lesson on like normal shit, like how to be nice to somebody. That I don't understand. Like that's something you learn as a kid, how to be nice. I don't know when did that become feminine, because it's a lot of females out here that's not nice. So is they masculine?
They could. I'd say. They can have masculine vibes.
So like, I'm not understanding. It's some people are just not naturally nice. It is what it is. Some people are really just mean or mean spirited. It is what it is. But being nice doesn't have a gender specific thing to it. It is what it is. Being nice is just a part of being human nature. It's
supposed to be. Everybody ain't nice though.
I don't like this thread.
Yeah. Number 4, it says weak performance in bed. It says women love men who know how to take the lead in bed and aren't afraid of being rough. Women are weaker but not fragile. It says being all nice and gentle towards her won't satisfy her how you think it will. Don't be afraid to take the lead. A nice guy will make her feel like she's the one who's the boss in bed. She wants a powerful man to take care of her in a way a nice guy will never be able to.
Again, stupid. If he's that nice in bed and he's too gentle or whatever case may be, and you told him more than once that you like it rough or you like to be talked to, or you like somebody to give you commands or whatever your kinks is in the bedroom, like that's whatever you like, and you told him that you like that and he hasn't performed it, or he hasn't even tried to incorporate that, because throwing it all at you at once, if you told me about it yesterday after we had sex, was just not gonna happen. But if he tries to incorporate it more when y'all start, then that means he's trying to be on your level sexually. But if he's just not giving that to you, that doesn't mean that he's too nice. It just means that's not his sexual peak. You're not sexually compatible there. Right. If you like to be manhandled, you want somebody to talk to you the entire time, tell you what to do, tell you where to put this, when to do this, when to do that, then you need the person for that. Everybody's not there sexually. Some people just like to get in and get out, They just like a quick little, 5-minute foreplay session, quick little touches here and there. Some people want to be real gentle and they want to deep stroke you all night. I don't know. But that doesn't make him overly nice if he's gentle in bed. That just means that he's not the sexual partner for you.
Trying to get him to flip you up and spin you around like a fucking, like a frisbee. He's trying to get spun around in his thing.
And it's just like, and then you tired after 2 minutes. It's like, well, what the fuck is the point?
I got two more. Number 5, it says best friends for life. It says the first thing a woman looks for in her friends is for them to be nice. She wants her best friends to tell her all kinds of nice things, such as, you have such pretty hair, I love your name, your smile is beautiful. Listen, she wants to hear compliments from her man, but she doesn't want him to make it a big deal. When a nice guy does it, she feels like he's running after her. The more you chase a cat, the further it will run.
What the fuck? What the fuck is this? Like, you look for niceness and qualities of your best friends? Bullshit. Bullshit.
It's funny because somebody said this was all over the place. I really don't get the point where she was trying to be.
Yeah, like, this shit is the dumbest thing ever fucking written. Whoever wrote this, like, you need help, sis. You need help. It's
a lover's guide.
This is not a lover's guide. This is I don't know, the dumbest shit. I don't know who her friends are.
It's one more. Then we get past this. It says number 6, lack of purpose. It says when you're a nice guy, you will probably make her the main focus of your day or even your life. It said whatever she asks you to do, you will do it because you're such a nice guy. But the more you do it, the more she realizes you have nothing else to do with your life. A man who has a purpose will put his woman aside, not make her the center of his world. Whoa. She wants an ambitious man who will be working hard on his success, a nice guy who would only care about her winning which is repulsive.
What she's describing in all 6 of them fucking slides is a pushover.
Pretty much.
She's not describing a nice guy because that's not a nice guy. She's describing a pushover. She's describing it somebody that lets people walk all over them, is a people pleaser who, rather do for others than do so much for themselves. Like, she's describing a pushover because it has nothing to do with a nice guy. A nice guy can be ambitious. He can be confident. A nice guy can also have an ego as well, but he doesn't let that overshadow the rest of his personality or who he is. He doesn't let that be everything you know about him, is that he has a big ass ego. So yeah, she's not describing a nice guy. She's describing a pushover, and I want to know who her friends are or who else she's talking to make her name lover's guy, because that's bullshit.
Yeah, because
I wouldn't get shit from that.
Nope. See,
I wouldn't get no type of advice from that.
That goes back to just taking advice from anybody.
Yeah,
like,
I wouldn't get nothing from that.
Like, what are we doing here? Like, somebody gonna take that and run with it.
You'll
like,
have somebody confuse this shit. Like, oh, that's my man. Like, bitch, no, it's not.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
Definitely not.
That's not your man.
Definitely not. All right, let me get this quote. It says, I don't think a lot of men are too controlling. I think many women are just undisciplined and lack the understanding that their choices do have consequences.
That is true. I saw a post, I saw a video girl posting, and she was just like, her friend asked her to go somewhere, and she was like, okay, sure, let me ask my fiance. And the friend got defensive and was like, oh, is that why you let him control you, or like, are you his slave or some shit like that or whatever? And it was the base of the point that she was trying to make was, a lot of y'all be single because you'll get into a relationship and it feels as though you can do all the things that you did when you were single, and it doesn't matter. And that your man or your woman should just fall in line and let you do what the fuck you want to do. And you can't. When you in a relationship with somebody and it's like actually a long going relationship, not the quick shit, not a situationship, not just fuck buddies talking to somebody, whatever, like an actual full grown relationship, certain shit you can't do anymore, and certain shit you have to be mindful of the other person. Like, if y'all in relationships, if your nigga decided tomorrow that he wanted to up and move to fucking Florida and didn't tell you until he got to Florida, how would you feel? You'll be pissed off, right? So if it can be a Friday night and y'all didn't have any plans, somebody called you and said, hey girl, or what's up, like, you want to go out, like, you want to get some drinks, you want to go bowling, you want to go do whatever. You didn't have any plans, but the best thing to do is to run that past the person that you're dating, whether it's a man or a woman. Run that past them and say, like, hey, I'm going out tonight, do you mind, da-da-da. If they say, no, it's cool, we ain't have nothing planned, enjoy yourself, you need anything, blase, blase. Or they can say, like, oh, I know we didn't have anything planned, but I kind of wanted to spend some time with you tonight, go on a date, we haven't been out in a minute, or whatever the case may be. Then you'll juggle your things from there. Like, do you want to spend time with your significant other? Do you want to go out with your friends? Simple as that. But people don't have that type of respect in a fucking relationship, so it comes off as controlling. The same way it goes into Like how some women may dress when they go out, and it's just like, oh, well, my girl could never. And some people was like, well, it don't matter. That's how she was dressing before she got with me. And it's just like, nothing changes when y'all get into a relationship. Like, nothing changes. You can still be a person, but nothing else changes.
Yeah, that's why a lot of women just gonna be single forever because they feel as though, oh, if I gotta ask to go out, I gotta do this, then I feel like they controlling me. No, like it's a little common courtesy here. Like it's just like you in a relationship. Oh, I don't, because you'll hear women say they're like, oh, if I gotta ask a man do this, I don't need to be in a relationship with him. It's just too tough for me.
But you're not asking.
Yeah,
I'm not asking for permission to go out. I'm running it past you that I am going out.
Or
so
like,
when you come in the house, you don't be wondering where the fuck I'm at.
Exactly. Or like the women that feel like they could just come in at, that's for men too. They could just come in at any time. They think they could come in just because, like.
You got until 3 o'clock at the latest. I say 3 because I'm giving you, because I know shit shuts down at 2. Depending on where you at, traffic is one thing. You might have stopped and got us some food, I don't know. But 3 o'clock is the latest. Anything after that, bullshit, you sleeping on the couch.
Damn.
Have a good night. That is established on both ends. If I can't come in after 3, you can't come in after 3.
A lot of people feel like they don't want to be restricted underneath boundaries, and that's why I just say just be single. Like if you don't want to, like first of all, what are you doing now past 3 o'clock? If you're in a relationship anyway, like, nothing good happens after 3 o'clock.
Like what the fuck is you? And once you get older, you no longer are playing the let out. So shit, 3 o'clock is really pushing it. Yeah, it should at least be in by 1:30 at the fucking latest. Cause who want to be out there with them crowds, especially if you didn't drive or everybody y'all catching an Uber or whatever. Now you outside with everybody as they're leaving, waiting for an Uber or a Lyft to pick you up. That's gonna take longer. Mm-hmm. As simple as that. Y'all just it's not controlling in your relationship if you have respect for one another.
People don't see it that way. A lot of people don't. That's why a lot of people don't see it that way, and that's why a lot of people can't keep a relationship because they don't know. They don't realize like, oh, once you're in a relationship, certain things got to change. If shit don't change, it's never going to work.
Be single.
You mad at the person? No, you mad at yourself. Let me get this one. It says co-parenting with the same person you're healing from is not talked about enough.
Co-parents with the same person that you're healing from?
Yep, that you're healing from is not talked about enough.
Oh. Well, then how are we gonna talk about it?
I know a few homies that's in a situation like that. It's not possible. It's always gonna be one-sided. Mm-hmm. And if it's one-sided, it's flip-flopping from what I've seen. And it's not talked about enough because people don't know how to exist within that relationship where it's like, damn, do I want to be with my family or like how do I heal with this person that hurt me while carrying a baby because I can't get away from them. You know, people like to like heal in peace or heal like being to themselves where you can't be to yourself if you're co-parenting.
Yeah. I would get a mediate. I would get somebody like to mediate that. If I can't, like, you don't talk to me. You only talk to this person, and this person talks to me.
Right.
And then we go from there. So that way, I don't have to directly talk to you. I don't have to directly worry about, you messing up my healing process. I guess I could say.
It's crazy because you'll see some people. Some people just can handle that so well. Like they broke up. It might have been on bad terms. Might not have been on bad terms, but they can. For the greater good, they know how to co-parent. They can chill. You know what I'm saying? Each other can listen. When you had a kid, you see people that show up to the birthday parties together. They're not even together. They show up to the birthday parties. I'm here for the kid. Bam, I'm out. And then some people, they just they stuck there. Like a lot of people get stuck with get attached to a person, and they just can't get it. You ever met somebody that's just attached to a certain person? Like damn, they just can't shake that person. Like. That shit happens a lot.
It's worse when you got a kid involved.
Yeah. So exactly. So once you add the kid involved, it's like, because I'm pretty sure you've been out. You're like, man, why the fuck does this person keep going back to this person, or why they can't seem to shake just this one person? But it's just something about that one person that just has it's like a spell almost. Like they just got a spell over the person. Like bro, let it go, sis, let it go. They just can't. Like it might be 2-3 months, and then the 4th month, like damn, I just check and see how you doing. Bam, right back in there.
And you gotta start looking at them signs. Why are you pregnant too? Like before, it's certain instances before you get pregnant, you can see like that person's true colors, and it's just like, don't go get pregnant by him. But if you get pregnant by him, now you see like how that person already is. Like you need to starting your healing process as you're pregnant, because that motherfucker's about to put you through the ringer. That's in there, and like to be pregnant, like your emotions are everywhere. Your hormones are everywhere. Your body is doing 60,000 different things that it wasn't doing before, and now you out of breath over simple shit. Like it's just too much shit going on, and then to have somebody that's supposed to be there during this process to be your support system and they stressing you the fuck out is wrong. And so if they show them signs before you get pregnant and you still get pregnant by them, just start your healing process there and start to put your mindset in that moment that this motherfucker is probably going to try to put me through the ringer throughout my entire pregnancy, and that you're not going to be able to enjoy certain moments, stuff like that. And then after the baby comes, then you know, y'all need to go to court. Y'all need to get shared custody if they going to be that father or even a mother. I don't know. It can be a mother too. It could be one of them. Y'all gonna get shared custody. Y'all need a mediator to split holidays up. Y'all need somebody else in between y'all to communicate back and forth. Like, some of those things have to be talked about more.
Right.
And people gonna say like, oh, you can't afford this and you can't afford that. And some people don't have the support system, and that is very true. But just some things need to be like brought out to the forefront more, that I don't have to put up with this person's shit just because we co-parenting.
Right.
At the end of the day, like it's something else that I can do in place of this, so I don't have to worry about this motherfucker. Like you can, if you a good father or a good dad or a good mom, then yeah, participate and and everything like that and have your kid. But if you a deadbeat motherfucker, there's no reason why I'm calling you for anything that my child needs. No reason.
Right.
It doesn't matter. We're okay.
Yeah. Let me get this. It says, I asked someone what their annual income is, and it was below the poverty line. I asked why he was dating. He said, if we come together, we can change that. I don't know if he sees Joe Biden's economy, but dating isn't for people who can barely support themselves.
Okay, for that, because of what he said, like if we can come together, we can fix that. That just looks like he's looking for somebody to bring him out of that.
Yeah.
And that's not a thing. Now, if somebody, you can't tell somebody not to date just because they working somewhere and their annual wage is below the poverty line. You can't tell somebody they can't date because there are people surviving on those on those paychecks. They're surviving, they're thriving, they're doing whatever they got to do to get through life. But you can't tell them that all they can do is go to work and sit in the damn house because they're not making enough money.
Right.
You can't do that.
But should they be dating?
Yes. What the fuck?
You think? But shouldn't they be working on bettering themselves before they work on trying to?
So are they complacent in where they are, or are they trying to get to where they want to be?
I guess that's the key question there.
If they're complacent in where they are and they doing what they have and they doing what everything they need to do and their needs are met, their wants are met in some whatever way, shape, or form, you can't tell them not to date. Because there are motherfuckers that have six-figure salaries and date, but they don't have time to date. Why are you dating?
True, but why do they have so much time if they below the poverty line? They should be trying to you should, if you got time to date, you got time to better yourself and better your career. I feel like.
I mean, as of right now, below the poverty line is like $35,000 annually.
Yeah, true. Yeah, that's true. I mean, I guess it depends on that person. But like we said, no chick want to date a broke nigga.
No chick want to date a broke nigga, but there are chicks dating broke niggas.
Yeah, and
nobody want to date a certain status, a class, or whatever. But I mean, everybody ain't out here single. So somebody's dating these motherfuckers somewhere.
Yeah, and some people they find right there. They find like I'm cool right here, and then somebody come along, they put these salaries together. It's like, all right, cool. But some people, it's not like it used to be. Like there are women that will date a guy who's trying to get out of the situation that he's in now, and he's actually putting forth the effort to get out of that financial situation. Whether it's if he's working and he makes below the poverty line or whatever the case may be, they'll work with him because they see your potential. Right. There are women that will not do that because they're not waiting for potential. They want you to be established because they are established. So I'm not going backwards, I'm going forward. So you need to already be somewhere near where I am. And then you need to be moving forward. And then when we come together, whatever we make is better. Right. But you can't, at the end of the day, how he said it was wrong. Because that made it seem like he was looking for a sugar mama. Like he just looking for somebody to add to his income and build him up when he should be building himself up. But I would never downplay somebody or tell that person that they can't be a part of society because they don't make enough. Right. Because that's what it comes down to. Right. That's what. At least they're doing something, because there's people out here that's not even doing anything. They don't have no type of. There are crackheads on K&A right now who find ways to make their damn money
and together to get that rock, to get whatever they need, and they love each other. They is underneath a bridge in their own tents, and I mean, it's not a great world. It's not a great thing to look forward to. But what I'm saying is, people find the people they want to be with.
Yeah.
And whether that's the person that's on the same level with them, the person that's a few steps behind them, or maybe a person that's a few steps ahead of them. But if a man told a woman that was working, that had a wage below the poverty line, that she shouldn't be dating,
Yeah. Hey,
how would that go?
that wouldn't even listen.
How would that go?
Everybody deserve a little bit of everything. Just like telling somebody you can't go on vacation because of this or that. No, everybody.
Child, it was people I knew that were making less than me that were going on beautiful vacations, and I'm wondering how. Because like, what
they got
the fuck?
Time, they got
because whatever they're doing right, or they got somebody that's partaking and making sure they getting to where they need to go. And I'm just sitting here like, I don't have the time to do it.
Also, though, a lot of people that make a lot less, have a lot. They're not living a certain lifestyle either.
That's true
depending
too.
on it. Like when you make more money, you start to just do more. You're like, all right, I got this coming. I do this. But when you make it less, it's like, all right.
If you living behind that's another thing too. Some people are maybe living below the poverty level, but they're not living beyond their means.
Right.
So you looking at them like, well, you don't make this much, but I still have my own.
Yeah.
Like we may see like apartment rates and rents, all of them skyrocketing. But it's places somewhere out there, private landlords that are, giving these people rents that are sustainable.
Yeah.
And they can live. They got internet.
Slumlords.
They have they got cell phones. They can go shopping when they need to. They have food in their house. Like, they have their needs and wants met because they're not living above their means. Now, if you living below and you living above, how does that help you? It doesn't make sense, right?
All right, so let me ask you this: do you think being financially irresponsible is a turnoff?
Yes. Yeah. Every other week you talking about a new bill is leaked.
Oh, I need $50. Or I need this. You got this. Like, bro,
Like-
how do you need money? How do you need money?
No, real shit.
Like, and then I can understand like where it might be like, oh, you like playing your money out or whatever case may be. Like, you're responsible with your money, you plan it out, and then for some odd reason something happens. You might have miscalculated or thought you had more than you did, and now you're like, oh shit, I don't have enough for something. That's one thing. Because you planned your money out, but something along the way is miscalculated. So it might be like, damn, I need to like shake some shit up, or I may need to borrow something from somebody, or whatever case may be. But if you constantly living above your means, and it's like every 2 weeks, it's like, I need to borrow money, I need to borrow money, I need to borrow money. It's like somewhere along the lines, you're not budgeting something out right.
Like you. It's one thing, all right. Like you just said, you know what I'm saying, you might need a little couple dollars here. But if especially if I can see you doing shit, like don't be trying to come to me for money. Like, bro, if you gamble every day, you gambling every day. You put a little $10 here, $10 there. You gambling every day. No. You smoking cigarettes every day. You doing this. You doing all this stuff.
You got a bottle every weekend.
Yeah. Then you asking me for $20, asking me for $40. I'm not giving you shit.
Yeah, financial irresponsible.
Because a person will tell you to be like, oh, you shouldn't do this because you're wasting money. And I'm like, well, how about you? Like, if somebody buy a new car. Well, damn, why would you buy a new car? That's about such a month. And then you come back at them. We're like, well, you at the bar every weekend spending minimum $200 a week. Times that by four, that's about $800 a month right there. That's
the only reason somebody would ask you that question is because they watching your money, so they can know how much they can get out of you.
Pocket watching.
That's it. If they see you, if they were borrowing money from you every weekend or every other week or whatever case may be, and you was giving it to them, and then all of a sudden that person sees you buy something new that might have cost a little bit of money. They like, well, why would you do that? And they give you all the rundown and the checklist of why you shouldn't have did that. But at the end of the day, they already know that this big purchase is about to take some of your extra money away.
Right.
So they can't borrow from you anymore. So that's the only reason why they ask you about that. Because there should be no reason why you ask me about my purchases if you borrowing from me. If I never ask you for money, but you asking me for money, don't watch my pockets. Don't worry about what I just bought.
Nothing's funnier. You be like, oh, I need this and this. Like, I'm going on vacation in a week. What, you asking me for money? You you don't sound too prepared for the vacation.
Like, you was in Dubai last month. Why you asking me for $20? Fuck you. No, fuck you. You was living your best life. You ain't asking me to go.
All right, let me get this one. Is it a waste of time dating someone who you don't see yourself marrying?
Yes.
No,
I don't think so.
it's not a waste of time.
You said what we talking about dating? Like talking to
Dating,
somebody?
dating someone who you don't
Or
see.
in a relationship with somebody?
You know, it's two different things.
I'm just saying, because everybody would say it's two different things, but then we'll go down the line and it'll be like,
Dating is we broke this down already.
If you're in a relationship, no. I mean, if you're in a relationship, yes. I feel like that's a waste of time if you're not gonna marry that person, or you don't see anything long term with that person. But if you just regularly dating them, no.
I guess I can agree with you there. Because well, one, I wouldn't think nobody would want to get into a relationship with somebody if they not
People do.
Yeah.
People be like, I just fell into a relationship. I don't know what the fuck you fell into or how you fell into it, but that's weird.
How you fall into it?
How you fall into a relationship?
You
Well, yeah, we was just together every day, and all of a sudden it was just like
you fell into that pussy.
We go together.
You
like
what?
You
fell into a relationship. No, you
like
fell
nobody, y'all don't ask anymore. Like, you want to be my girl? Nobody
is that a thing? Like, is that a thing nowadays? Do people ask? Like, do people ask? They're like, do you do?
That's how
what
I'm
are
asking.
we?
I
Like,
don't
do people
know.
ask what are we anymore?
I think people still ask what are we, but it's
Nah.
never.
That's
It's
not
never
what
to
it is.
ask the
They
are
just
you my
post them up?
girlfriend or like it's never like are we boyfriend and girlfriend.
No, it's the what we doing.
Yeah,
It's the what we doing. It's never direct. It's more so the it's more so women too.
What
Women
are
that
we?
ask men what we doing.
What are we?
What like we working towards something, or like you going like trying to make me your girl?
Because
Or,
a nigga won't never ask. Don't expect a nigga to ask.
He ain't gonna ask you, like,
Niggas
what
gonna
are
ride
we?
out. He gonna ride out as long as he can before the chicken.
He only gonna ask that question if he see you with another nigga.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Now I want to know.
At that point,
Now I want to know what we doing.
after a couple days, we had sex for the first time. She wake up, look at you. So what are we doing?
I mean, after a certain point, it is like, what are we doing? Like, if we together all the time, we talk
Yeah, you
every
three.
day, we spend the time together. Like, you at my house, I'm at your apartment, whatever the case may be. Like, if you got a drawer or you got a toothbrush, you got some drawers at my house, like
once
something.
the plates start coming, it's like all right.
The plate.
The plates. You start making food for them. You doing all this other shit. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Listen.
Oh, I like to eat.
Women don't just.
I mean, money is it's
women don't
expensive
just
to eat out.
women don't just cook for every nigga. We ain't gonna make it like that's a thing.
That's a cat, bro.
You think so?
That's
I think
cat. I think women cook for every
think on the
nigga,
second
bro.
date.
Every girl, every nigga they talk to, they cooking
On the
for.
second date, I cook for my boyfriend.
All right, say less than.
Crazy.
It is what?
Crazy. Easy.
It's expensive
Easy.
to eat out.
It is easy. It is.
That's easy. She
On the
easy.
second date,
On the second date, yeah.
he was like, "Bet I ain't going nowhere." He said, "I ain't going nowhere."
No, we did we did a trade off date. So it was like the first date he did, like he paid for it, and then the second date I was gonna pay for it. I ain't have money,
Oh, so you cooked?
so I cooked. The fuck I
Okay,
told him to
okay.
cancel the date. Like, I wanted to date him, so he came to my apartment. I cooked for him. We ain't sleep together. He left after that.
Yeah, the dirt one you did though.
No, we didn't. We did not. We didn't. It was about the fifth one. About the fifth one. That's where it went. Well, I mean, well, cooking now is not what it used to be. Like, you know how women was only cooking for like the man they saw they was gonna marry.
Right.
At a certain point.
Yeah, and I don't think that's
Now cooking
you
is
might
just
be right.
like, bitch, it's expensive. And even groceries is expensive. So I don't know what you get. For real. You might get a snack. You might just get a snack and call it a day.
Shout out to the Alfredo Warriors. All right,
Ain't nothing wrong with Alfredo.
it's not.
It's good as shit.
It's not.
It's good as shit.
Let's at least learn how to make it from scratch. Let's just do that. Let's just stop.
Little heavy cream
Stop
parmesan
out
cheese.
Stop out the
butter,
can. Come
salt,
on with the
pepper.
cans. What are we doing here?
It's a glass jar.
All right.
Everybody ain't got time.
I'm sorry, Mom said yeah. This says, I want to have a talk about how many females will openly admit. Hold on. I want to have a talk about how many males will openly admit they lie to women for coochie because being honest about just wanting to fuck usually gets them nowhere. But will tell women to choose better men. Like, how can we choose better when y'all literally lie about who y'all are, live double lives, and will create insane scenarios just to fuck? But I feel like it'll go nowhere.
Lying to get some coochie, it depends on what you're lying about.
What? Like,
I'm a lie.
This level's the lies.
If I fucked your friend and your friend didn't tell you what you think, like you said, you think you know we fucked, I'm gonna lie about it.
Until it comes out eventually.
Yeah, cause you can't be mad at me.
At that point, yeah.
Because your friend didn't tell you.
Yeah,
So if your friend didn't tell you, I'm gonna lie about it too.
Yep.
And then if it comes out eventually, you can't be mad at me because your friend didn't tell you. She's
Yep.
supposed to tell you first.
exactly.
Huh.
Yeah, that sounds about. That sounds.
Logic there. I
sounds-
mean, I guess that's one. Just like a seven to a lie.
But, you know, I could be all wrong. Maybe I'm just full of shit. Maybe I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
You might be. Y'all might be. I don't know. I mean, why would you? You shouldn't lie to get no coochie because there's somebody out there that's gonna give you some coochie. You just lying because you want that specific coochie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. how would I put this?
Men, I don't think men should. I think men should all around just stop saying y'all need to choose better men, because at the end of the day, there are guys out here that show their true colors in the beginning, and somebody will still date them, and then whatever you get out of that, this is what you get out of that.
Yeah.
But there are men out here that won't show their true colors as soon as you start talking to them or dating them, and then they'll show you somebody else, and it's just like, well, bitch, where did this switch come from? And now I'm going through hell when I didn't even think you had that going on. Like, it's like we dated, then maybe we get married, and all of a sudden I'm in hell. We done seen those Lifetime movies. They are real.
Sometimes men have to come about shit certain ways to get certain things, just like women do. Women be lying about all the types of bullshit for no reason just to get what they want. So sometimes the nigga gotta come along and lie to get what the fuck he want.
That is true too.
You know you don't like me. You just want me because I got money. I got money. You got pussy. This is a transactional here.
But I can't. I don't want to give you no pussy if I don't like you.
Okay.
I'm not.
That's not the case for. That's
I'm
not
not
the case
laying
for.
down with
That's not
somebody
the case.
that's ugly.
That's not the case for. That's not the case for every woman though.
Well, I mean, hey,
Sometimes that money talk more than the looks do.
like, did he buy you something already? Or you thinking he ain't gonna buy you? I'm not gonna give you coochie. You ain't even give me nothing yet.
Oh shit.
Hey, what?
Women are
if
easy.
you doing that for money, like, it's like, damn, I'm giving you coochie. You ain't bought me shit.
Women are easy. It don't take much.
Damn.
It don't take much. Nice little date. Treat you nice. maybe buy some flowers.
Everybody don't like
Take it to
flowers.
a-
Everybody
I'm saying?
don't listen. Like I say this all the time. Women give themselves up all the time. They give themselves up online all the time just by certain shit. They certain shit. They post certain shit. They like certain shit. Along those niggas. The right nigga know how to finesse. the right nigga know how to finesse. It don't take much. If you gave me the whole game plan, like I said before, you gave me the whole game plan. All I gotta do is run the play.
Yeah, but that's like I said before. A guy. That's why men should just stop saying y'all need to pick better niggas.
Yeah, y'all do.
Just stop saying it.
Women do. Women pick the same nigga every time.
Every time they pick the same.
They
nigga?
pick the same nigga. It's always
Or-
the wrong. How come women always pick the wrong nigga? How come you never see? Why women don't ever can't ever pick the right nigga?
I literally just said, we rewind it back. I said that every nigga is not truthful in the beginning, so I can't pick the right nigga if he's showing me the right nigga and then
So you
winds
just
up
keep
showing
coming
the wrong
across.
nigga.
So that particular woman just keeps
then
coming across the same.
And then I said again, there are niggas that will show their true colors in the beginning, and if you continue to date him, you get what you get.
And they keep picking the same nigga that keeps showing their
get
true
what you
colors in the
get.
beginning.
Well,
And
y'all, women don't pick. Y'all get chose.
yeah.
Oh, now we get chose, you guys. Now
Women
we
don't.
get
You
chose.
think women get-
Now I take back what I said in the beginning. Y'all niggas not the prize. Y'all not the prize. If we get chose, y'all not the prize. Y'all are no longer the prize
we both.
because we get chose. No, Aunt said we get chosen, women, ladies. So these niggas are not the prize anymore.
Listen.
See how y'all words can make the bite on their ass. See how that
That's because women, y'all be quick with y'all feet with shit. Y'all
I'm just saying.
be quick as shit on y'all feet with shit. I'm move on. It say when y'all talk about not doing wife things for a boyfriend, how come having sex and popping out babies ain't included in that? It say y'all will do all that, but draw the line at making a sandwich.
I'm not a part of that conversation. This is equal opportunities over here. This is equal opportunities over here. What? What the fuck? You
It
can't
say
find out
not-
who your partner is. You can't, like, there's no way around it. You can't just be dating this guy and then you're not doing anything for him and then you're supposed to marry him. Like, how? He gonna marry you just because of your personality? What if you a dirty motherfucker? Now he marrying you because of your personality, but you dirty. What if you can't cook and he like home cooked meals? Now he marrying you and he gotta go get takeout every fucking night, or still go to his mom's house and get Sunday dinner.
Yeah, it's funny because I seen something that said it said as a couple you shouldn't move in together until you're married.
Bullshit.
And I was trying to figure out like how.
Bullshit.
And I was trying to figure that one out. Like,
I need to know how you live.
I mean, you would know before. If somebody got
sexy.
their own space.
Yeah.
That's a facade. That's a facade. When you have a party, if you have a party at your house, what you do before everybody come over?
Clean up.
Exactly. I want to know how you live every day. not when you about to have company over. I want to know how you live every day.
You could go over. Y'all could go to each other's houses. Y'all ain't gotta live together. Y'all could just stay there. Like that was actually a good point there. I don't know. Some people just like
Do
this
you
space.
feel like you would go backwards and keep your own space and tell us to keep our own space so y'all can go over each other's space before y'all decide?
I just thought it was stupid to pay 2 rents. I was like, what are we both paying 2? Why are we paying 2 sets of bills, 2 sets of rents, 2 sets of this? Like, if we can just live together and just pay for it.
Yes, if you locked in with somebody, you in a whole relationship. But if you just dating, then have your own space.
If y'all and now if people choose to have there are people that still choose to have their own space. There are people that are married with separate bedrooms. I mean, I don't know how you do it, but everything ain't for everybody. But if y'all choose to have your own space while y'all dating each other and then y'all get married and go from there, that's perfectly fine. But I feel as though I would rather live with that person. I want to see how you live day in and day out. I don't want to see how you live spontaneously when I'm over there for the weekend or a few days. Like, no. Because I can easily just put a facade up and clean up.
Yeah.
The streets is expensive.
Ain't lying. Listen, you live alone nowadays. More power to you.
Child.
All right. Let me give you this clip. You send me this clip. It says men are cowards during breakups. All right. Let me play this. Oh.
Y'all remember when I said this? I'll tell you something. Men are simple. But when it comes to ending connections with women or severing ties with a woman that they're no longer interested in or never had interest in the first place, they are cowards. That is why more women end relationships than men do. Because again, we are complex and breakups are very complex. Men are simple and don't want the complexities. So if out of nowhere, you see a man start acting funny, moving funny, doing things differently, getting disrespectful, 9 out of 10, that man is just wanting you to break up with him or sever ties with him because, again, he's too cowardly to do it himself. Now listen to these men say exactly what I said.
What do you do normally to break up with women?
I just get blocked.
What happens?
It depends. Different strokes for different folks. Certain scenarios is a little different than others. So like some, I'll probably just do some no she don't like over and over and over and over and over and over and over.
That's normal dudes should just be a until she dump you.
Like I'll post.
Yeah, I've never like, I'm out.
You never said I'm not interested anymore.
Yeah, no.
I don't think that's manly.
I get it could be cowardly. I ghost now.
But if you aren't man enough to say, yo, I'm not interested anymore, I've moved on, I'm dating somebody else that I'm interested in. Like if you're just gonna
it's too final. It's like actually signing a paper makes it official. When you just fall off, you could bump into her in 6 months and be like, yo, you know I was playing, like
See, when I said it, I had men in the comments arguing with me, telling me that I was wrong and it's not cowardly. Telling me that because women are crazy, they want to do it this way. And I'm not saying that they're wrong, because I'm pretty sure there's some women out there that are a little bit unhinged. But what these men say, they agreed. Now they want to keep that door open. See, if you break up with them and they don't break up with you, that means they can say a little bit down the road that, I was just going through a hard time. And, I've been thinking about you and I really want to be with you. You was that one for me. Whole time they was just putting you on the back burner. I mean, y'all do with that what you will, though.
All right. What's your thoughts on that?
Child.
Yeah,
I mean,
do men really just break?
You just had niggas just actually say that they
yeah,
did.
niggas just say he just fall back, just don't.
They'll go somebody before they actually admit, and it don't even have to be like, oh, I wanted to break up with her. It just be like, I didn't want to talk to her anymore. So instead of telling her like, man, this ain't gonna work, they just ghost her. And then it's just like, well, what the fuck?
Yeah, because y'all like asking too many questions. Y'all want to ask why to the why, the reason I'm doing this. They be like, why this about me? If I'm this way, why you don't like this about this? No, ghost.
It's easier.
Solve all this. Solve every issue.
It's just easier.
Avoid all questions. I'm not being interrogated.
There you go. I'm about to say, women going to interrogate the shit out you when you tell them that you want to break up because they want to know what happened, why I wouldn't break. I just don't want to be with you. You can't, like I say this all the time. You just can't tell a woman I don't want to be with you. That's not just going. That's not not just going to flow that easy. Like I don't want to be with you, and she be like, all right, no.
So if you,
it's not going to be that.
But
way.
I'm saying,
it's always got to be another woman.
If a girl did this to a guy, if they were like vibing or whatever case to me, and maybe he liked her, like he really did like her, and she just ghosted him, he'll be like, what the fuck? Like he'll be mad and he'll want to know like what happened. I'm not saying that nobody wants to be interrogated and ask 40,000 questions on why it didn't work out. But the simple fact that you just ghosting somebody and cutting off communication with them because you feel as though it's easier because you don't want to answer a question, it's rude and it's childish.
Most times,
if you're not gonna be an adult about it and have a conversation with me to say that I don't like you, I'm not feeling it the way you are, I don't see this going anywhere, or whatever case to me, like that's it, that's all. There's nothing more to explain. If it was personally them, tell it why it was them. If it was personally not them and it's just how you felt, Tell them this is just how I felt. And if you can sit here and tell me till the fucking cows come home that no female wants to sit there and hear like, oh, I just don't like you, or whatever case may be. Females are emotional beings. We lead with that a lot of times. But you just ghosting somebody and telling them that you don't want you're not telling them shit and just going about your merry fucking way. You're childish.
Women do that.
If I'm childish, I'm childish.
You're childish. You're very childish.
9 times out of 10, when a woman goes to nigga, it's probably because it's another nigga. It's probably because another nigga in the picture. Honestly, like that's usually how it is. You text a chick,
or that nigga never left the picture.
Could be that too. Women won't just never tell you. Oh, it's
Yeah.
another nigga.
What else? Tell us more. Tell us more.
I'm saying, like, if y'all were just dating or whatever the case may be, like, even if she didn't tell you, there could be somebody else in the picture around somewhere that she may put on a back burner, or he wasn't acting right, and then she wound up picking you up. All of a sudden, y'all vibing, and then this guy comes back around. This is the guy she actually want to talk to. You was just kind of a placeholder, maybe. Maybe she wasn't vibing with you as much as she was vibing with him, so it's easier for her to drop you and pick him back up.
It's devious.
Then it's just like, all right, I can ghost him because I'm gonna just talk to this guy. Either way, whether it's a nigga or a female, you are still childish because you can't have an adult conversation.
Do women always keep a nigga in the tuck?
If you dating somebody?
Yep.
Well, I mean, I'll let you know.
No. That's not what I asked.
I'll let you know. Sometimes you do. Yeah, it's some women that do that. That will keep a nigga around. Depends on what that nigga is. Not every nigga want to just stay in the tuck. They don't want to just stay around.
Will be considered in the tuck for him though. Like, do you tell him or does the conversation how does that work?
It depends on you as a person and that nigga. Like if I was talking to multiple people, I'm talking to multiple people. Mm-hmm. You don't need to know who they are. You don't need to know when I go out with them. You don't need to know if I'm talking to them right now or if they were in my house at the moment. I'm just not talking to you. I'm not seeing you at the moment. But it's a nigga or two around.
Or damn, or two. Damn, or two.
You, like I said before, you ain't gotta be fucking all of them, but it's a nigga or two around somewhere.
Why are they keeping them around though? Why wouldn't they just be with that nigga? Why they just keep?
If I'm not looking for a relationship, why am I keeping only one nigga around? If I'm looking for a relationship and I'm keeping multiple niggas around, but I know I'm vibing with this nigga more than all of them, that's pointless to keep the rest of them around. Right. But if I know I'm just doing what the fuck I want to do, everybody's around. Everybody's around.
Crazy. All right. Hey.
When I need you, I'll call you.
That's crazy. When I need you. When I need you, I'll call you.
When I need you, I'll call you. Niggas do the same thing. They keep females in the tuck.
All right, let me.
You got your favorite one.
Damn, all my hoes know each other.
Hey, it says less divorce would happen if divorce didn't rip everything away from men. True or false?
Real rap.
I think.
If it didn't rip everything away from men,
because it always seems like it's always it could be a stereotype, but it always seems like the man always comes out on the bad side of things for whatever reason.
He ain't paying attention.
He ain't paying attention.
What you mean?
When you get divorced and you go sit down and y'all mediate, and like if y'all got it like that, that means if y'all got assets and shit that y'all got to split apart or whatever the case may be, then when you get into that room, if you paid attention throughout your marriage before you got to that divorce, then you know exactly what you can get, what you're gonna give them, and what they're gonna get, and what you're not giving up. At the end of the day, but if you go in there blind, and just be like, we get a divorce,
I don't know.
Now she got full custody of the kids. Now she get to keep the house. Now she get to keep one of the cars. Now she get to take half of the money out of the joint bank account, and she barely put anything in it because you weren't paying attention during the relationship.
Oh yeah, niggas get burnt every time out of the divorce. We never win. There's no such thing as a man winning. Only time that a man wins is if the nigga's a bummish and the girl got money.
Adele's ex-husband won. Kelly Clarkson's ex-husband won.
Because they wasn't doing shit.
But what I'm saying is, at the end of the day, and who else ex-husband won? Mary J. Blige's ex-husband won in their divorce. What I'm saying is, people pay attention during their marriage. This is not saying you're trying to build up to a divorce or build up to a breakup, but you pay attention to what comes in and what comes out. This is why I believe prenups people should take away that image of a prenup being a bad thing. What we came into this relationship with individually is mine when I leave here.
See, but then
and when we build together, we can make new prenups, or we can make something else that goes into place just in case anything happens. But most of the time, the reason why a guy gets, he doesn't get shit in his divorce or whatever case may be is because, like, at the end of the day, did y'all go for joint custody of y'all kids? Like, did you fight for that in it, or did you not? Did she win full custody but you fought during that process, or did you not even fight for keeping your kids, jointly or whatever case may, just let her have it?
I think that's why some men use that as an excuse. They were like, it's a lot easier to not get married than it is to get divorced, and it's fucking crazy. I mean,
because you listen to everybody else talk about divorce. First of all, we'll listen to people talk about divorce that have never been married.
Yeah, got a point there.
How you gonna tell me about something you've never been through? You never even went through the first part of it to get to this part of it, so you can't tell me about it.
But some people don't want to listen to people that's married either, because they're like, well, I see what's going on.
I don't want to listen to nobody that's married that's trying to make their marriage into a fairy tale. I want the nitty gritty of your fucking marriage.
Yeah.
If you gonna tell it, I want the nitty gritty of what married life is like and why it's so different from being just in a relationship with somebody when y'all become husband and wife. Why is that switch so significant? That's what I want to know. I don't want to know about y'all date nights and shit like that. I don't want to know about it. I don't care, because we did that in a relationship. What's the nitty gritty of this shit, and why has it changed so much?
Hey, people sugarcoat everything. It's like social media. People sugarcoat everything. Everything's just glitter and rainbows and unicorns. It says, siblings can break your heart too, but y'all not ready for that conversation.
I only got one.
You said siblings?
Siblings, yeah. So siblings could break your heart too.
Break your heart how?
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm the little big brother, so I feel like I can kind of relate to that. 'Cause I feel like I'm the most responsible. I do the most out of all my siblings, in all aspects of life. So it's like it make me feel some type of way when I see my siblings not doing good or not doing better than what they're supposed to be doing, expecting more out of them, or feeling some type of way about relationship I have with one person, but their relationship is not the same with that person either. So, I feel some type of way for, like seeing it that way.
Yeah, that makes like you see one of your siblings, they might be going down the wrong path, and you try to do everything you could to keep them from going down that path, and then something happens to them, or they end up in a bad situation. You like, damn.
In that aspect, yeah, your sibling can break your heart, definitely. But I mean, if you and your sibling kind of on the same page, ain't that much heartbroken you can be.
Yeah. All right, so I got this clip here. It's a little long, probably about 2 minutes, but it's about the woman. I don't know if you see it. It says touch starvation. I don't know if you've seen this one. The woman that she said she never got hugged. She hasn't been touched in 5 years. She hasn't ever get a hug in 5.
We're gonna listen to two.
It's not. I'm not gonna play the whole two. I'm not gonna play. I'm not gonna play. No. I'm not gonna play the whole thing. I'm just gonna play.
To me. I listen to it.
I'm just gonna. I just play a little bit of it. So
I'm really struggling with something, and I want to talk about it. But before I do, I need people. If you are a parent who was like touched out by your children, I do not want to see you in the comments. If you are someone with any kind of neurodivergency and it manifests or shows up as you not liking touch or people touching you, I do not want to see you in the comments. Okay? But I feel like I'm dying from like touch starvation, y'all. I don't get hugs. I don't know. I feel like if I were to get the kind of hug that I fucking really want, I would crumble into pieces. I don't. How do you deal with that? I really.
a lot of people going along with this shit.
Like need to be like touched, and I know someone's gonna say like, okay, go to the salon and get your hair done, or get a massage, or get your nails done, right? So someone can hold your hand. None of those people love me. None of those services love me, right? But I'm really struggling. I'm really struggling with like.
All right, we get the gist of it. So basically, she's basically just saying she lacks that. I guess affection would be the way to put it. Like she said, she doesn't even get hugs, which is wild. Like
Are she saying from anybody or from people?
I think just from anybody.
Oh, that's
yeah. I think just from anybody. Like I don't know. Sounds like she don't really have many people around her that's really affectionate, and I guess she's trying to say like growing up that she was never shown that type of affection or something along those lines. I guess that's what was going on there. But touch starvation, I guess that's kind of what it was called.
That could
be a thing.
That's hard because I know kids that grew up with parents that didn't really hug them, kiss them, tell them they love them, or stuff like that, or in a household where affection was like a big thing. So when they get older and somebody tries to show them that affection, they kind of like
don't
cringe.
even know.
They kind of cringe at it, don't know how to receive it, and then some people like yearn for it when they're older because they never got it. And for her to be an adult and like, you know, have that feeling, that's heartbreaking.
Yeah, that is heartbreaking.
That's heartbreaking. Like you don't, like nobody has hugged you in what is it, years or months?
She said 5 years.
That's ridiculous.
5 years. That's a long time for somebody not to hug you. Like.
And you ever like hug somebody and they might hug you a minute longer. Like sometimes people be needing like just that relief,
get that good
that
hug.
They're seen, or that you know that it's gonna be okay, or whatever the case may be, even if they don't verbally tell you what's going on. But to not have that in years, oh my God.
Yeah, there's nothing like a good hug, especially from like a grandma, like an older auntie or older grandma. They give them good hugs. You be like, oh man, you feel that?
Or somebody you just haven't seen in a while and they hug you, like those type of things. Like those people underestimate like the little things, like a hug or just the how you doing or like have a good day. Like those people underestimate those things as being so little, but they're significant to somebody that may need it or that may not have had it in a minute, anything like that.
Yeah, that's very true. Last one. It says sometimes you're not invited because you steal attention.
Ooh. And now nobody want to talk about that. Nobody want to talk about that. Nobody want to talk about that.
Because you steal attention,
yeah,
man.
And you make if it's somebody else's birthday, don't come in here talking about your birthday. We don't care because it's this person's birthday. We're all together because of this person. So let's shower them with all the attention. As simple as that. Like, don't come into the room with your problems, your situation. You should have never came.
Right.
And that might sound harsh, but in reality, if you go into a birthday party for one of your friends, why would you make that evening, that moment about you when it's about them? Like when y'all get dressed, when you try to overdress the person who party it is. Like, that's weird. Like, if I'm telling you to throw that shit on, throw that shit on. I'm definitely. But if you initially like, oh, I want to look better than everybody, then like, bitch, you tried it. Go home.
Not you tried.
But yeah, that's
sometimes people be outshining. Listen, a lot of girlfriends be outshining their girlfriends, and it don't even be intentional. It just be
that's why my friend group is a mixture, because everybody got their own individual style and body type. So what looks good on me may not look good on you. What look good on you may not look good on me, and that's perfectly fine.
Diversity. But
that's not your friend if you got to outshine them. That's weird. I will never be in competition with my friends.
Sometimes people don't even be trying to outshine them. That's just them.
Yeah, but if for somebody not trying to outshine somebody, like you can feel that, like you know that's naturally them. But somebody that want to outshine, they gonna make it known that they trying it, like they pushing it. That's just like proposing at somebody's wedding, telling somebody you pregnant at somebody else's baby shower.
Oh my God!
Like why?
Why do people do that?
Like why? Like this ain't the moment for you. Like you want, like no, do it another time. Like just because you doing it, like especially if you proposing at my wedding. Pause. I paid for all this shit for a day for me and my man. This shit is not about you. Why are you proposing here? And you can say, oh, we were feeling the moment. It was so beautiful. Yeah, bitch, I picked out these decorations. It's not your moment. Now you get a free photo shoot and nice shots because you decided to propose at my wedding.
Yeah, that's wild.
You're no longer invited to anything else.
That's super petty.
Nothing. Nothing else. Nothing else. And I don't throw a wrench in that shit. I'm going to stop it.
Damn, you gonna stop this?
I'm gonna stop it.
You gonna stop it?
I'm gonna stop it because I think it's rude. It's not your moment. Like everybody, like we planning big events or big moments. Like this moment is yours or yours and another person's, but it's not that. It's not that couple over there moment at the back table. It's not their moment.
Yeah.
Do that outside.
Yeah.
Where nobody can see you.
All right, we'll finish it up this way. Bring back a segment I used to do way back when. My last word. I don't know if I'm gonna call it. I don't know what I'm gonna call it. Last word, last thought. I gotta find the right thing about it. But the last thought. Let me see. The road to success is always under construction. Keep building. Basically, just saying, don't rush the process. Don't rush the process. Trust the process. Pretty much is what I'm saying. People have different versions of success. People have different versions of failure. It's funny. This past week, Giannis Antetokounmpo from the Bucks. He did a dissertation. Basically, they asked him about was the season a failure, and to him, he had thought about it for a second. He basically gave a long answer. He was like, "What's considered failure to you might not be considered failure to somebody else." He said Michael Jordan won 6 championships, but he also lost. He didn't win the other 9 years. He said, "So does that make him a failure?" He was like, "The work you put in and all the work everybody's version of failure is different." Like he said, just like everybody's version of success is going to be different. So just keep going with your goals, keep going with your, keep building. Don't look to your right, don't look to your left, just look in front of you. Because I think sometimes as people, we was like, oh man, we see where we are right now, but we don't see 10 years ago, we were praying to be right here, right now.
Child.
Just because, it doesn't look like how you think you should look. You gotta look back to where you came, especially growing up. Just think about how accessible we are now. We could talk about the fancy restaurants. We could go to stores, spend this money. It might not always be there, but compared to what we had coming up, a lot of us was poor. A lot of us didn't have much. So now that we have stuff, we might complain about the stuff that we have now, not realizing like, we really didn't have shit.
Very much
We didn't have much going on. So, you know what I'm saying? Just keep building, keep working, keep grinding, and it's all gonna work out in the end. That's how it's gonna be, man. So, like we always say, man, common sense ain't always common. So put a little bit more smarts in the world. Like I said, if you need us, just hit us up. Let's make sense of it. Underscore, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna start doing a little bit more collabing with other podcasts too, that's for sure.
Rebranding, all that good stuff.
For sure. And on that note, it's the boy Vince.
And I'm Amy.
Holla at y'all.